What is, from an informed view, what is the scariest part of the ascent that we're going to see, hopefully at 2 p.m. Eastern today?
Well, when you start up those engines, you hope that they're all going to run well, and then you hope they're going to run well for 8 minutes and 30 seconds. That's certainly... Go ahead.
No, that 8 minutes and 30 seconds is critical, isn't it?
It certainly is. Anytime you've got all that power coming out the back end of the shuttle, the orbiter, you have to be worried about it. And I think if you get past the first 8 minutes and 30 seconds, John Glenn will have the time of his life.
Now, take us back 36 years ago. As I recall, the John Glenn mission was delayed about 11 times over the course of 3 months. They finally launched in February of '62. I am curious, this particular countdown has gone smoothly. Does that make an old launch director such as yourself more nervous or less nervous?
No, I love it that way, and I think they all do. We had a lot harder time counting down a rocket then than we do now. With all the worldwide network that we had to make ready, we had a lot of things going for us that had to be done well and done correctly and done in sequence. So it was a lot more difficult than it is today. These things today, they've got a lot more experience with, and they know what they're doing. They get it done, and they know how to get it done quickly.
And do you think it's a good idea? Is it too much of a risk to be sending John Glenn back into space?
Oh, of course not. The shuttle is a great machine. I don't say it flies without risk. Nothing was without risk, certainly in a space rocket. But this is a great machine, and I think you can count on it. And if something goes wrong, I guess that's the way it was meant to be. But I think he'll do fine.
Christopher Kraft, the legendary flight director through Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo. We appreciate you joining us from Houston this morning.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, and just a little bit later, we'll be continuing our trip down memory lane, as we will all throughout the day. We'll be talking to Buzz Aldrin, the second person to walk on the moon. Miles O'Brien, CNN, reporting live from the Kennedy Space Center.
CNN's live coverage of the Space Shuttle launch begins at 1 p.m. Eastern today.
Teamwork were the name of the game in our days, and I believe that the flight control team is fully capable of doing any job they need to today.
All right, but having said that, 3,700 members of the media here, the President of the United States, assorted members of Congress, celebrities, 300,000 people lining the beaches here in Florida. How much pressure are they feeling behind me in that Launch Control Center?
In mission control, the only pressure they have is the technical pressure to get the job done. We're pretty well insulated there, and the training process we have is absolutely rugged and realistic. Those controllers are looking at how to do the best job technically, and they're going to make the calls in that fashion.
Gene Kranz, a man who was there for Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo, became one of the great flight directors. Thanks so much for being with us on CNN this morning.
Miles, it's a great day.
Oh, it is a great day. All right, let's move along to Mark Potter, who is about 10 miles due west of where I sit, Titusville, Florida, where some of those 300,000 people, expected people, are getting ready to see quite a show, they hope. Mark?
Yeah, everybody is waiting, and they're excited. They've been here for hours. We're at a park in Titusville that was set up, a viewing area set up by the Kennedy Space Center. They're expecting 8,000 people at this area alone, and I think a lot of the people are already here now. From the umbrellas and the coolers and all, it looks like a day at the beach, and in effect, that's what it is. We're on the shore of the Indian River, and everyone is here awaiting the big show. Now, they started arriving here early this morning, even before the sun rose. We saw a beautiful sunrise coming up over the Indian River today. The gates opened at 5:15. People were already here. We were out on the roads early. We saw the trailers out there and people coming in on the roads. And some people told us they were out there 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this morning, and they have come here from all around the country. There are even people here from foreign countries to watch this historic event. We've got some of those folks with us here today. Among them, Dick Gordon.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Fine, sir. How are you this morning?
Good.
Former astronaut, flew on Gemini 11, Apollo 12. What do you think about this mission?
I think it's wonderful. I envy John a lot right now. I wish I were in his place.
Now, what do you think about this mission now in terms of its historic importance?
Well, I think it's extremely important in that regard. It's been 36 years since John flew his last flight, and this is his second one. He's going to have a new experience with this one.
Well, thank you very much. And you'll be watching it from here?
Mark, I will. I'll be on QVC doing some educational work for Action Products out of Orlando.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Mark.
Now, Marthan and Lloyd Connor are also with us. They've come here from Pittsburgh all this way just for this flight. Marthan, why did you think it was so important to be here today?
Well, I'm very patriotic, and I wanted to be a part of history.
And this is definitely an historic moment.
Oh, yes, it sure is.
Now, what do you think about it being John Glenn particularly?
Well, being from Pennsylvania and him being from Ohio, he seems like a neighbor.
Well, very good, and you'll be seeing him shortly, we hope, flying right out here over the Indian River. Thank you very much. And Miles, that's the story here. Thousands of people expected, thousands already here. Back to you.
CNN's Mark Potter out with some everyday folks and some not-so-everyday folks. Good to see Dick Gordon there. All right, stay with CNN all day long. We have extensive live coverage planned for this historic mission, the return of John Glenn to space. 1 p.m. Eastern Time, a special guest will be joining Walter Cronkite and me. President Clinton will be our guest, and he'll talk to us about the space program and its future as it embarks upon that ambitious International Space Station. With the clock holding at T-minus 3 hours, we now leave you live from the Kennedy Space Center. Miles O'Brien.